Welcome, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to graft a cactus. Now what I'm going to do, this is a piece that I've saved off of this big one behind me right here that Susie sent me, and pieces have been breaking off, so I've been putting them in water, and I'm going to do a project with these today. I was going to break this piece off, but I decided not to, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to graft the bottom with Thanksgiving cactus, and then when this gets big enough, I'm going to do the top with Christmas cactus to see how it works. Anyway, before we get started on that, something I want to share with you. Now this came out of the newspaper, and this is 100% proof why you do not want to leave anything in your car when the heat is really high, when it's really hot outside. How dangerous it could be leaving things in your car. And yes, I'm wearing the same shirt, and the reason being, this is an old shirt that I work out in the yard with. It's very large, very light, very loose, and it's really cool on the outside. So if you don't like me wearing the same shirt, sorry, buy me a new one. Anyway, this is a 100% true story, and it just shows how hot it can get in a car and put you in danger. Alright, it says Lisa Burnett, 23, a resident of San Diego, was visiting her in-laws. And while there, she went to a nearby supermarket to pick up some groceries. Several people noticed her sitting in her car with the windows rolled up and with her eyes closed, with both hands behind her head. One customer who had been at the store for a while became concerned, walked over to the car. He noticed that Lisa's eyes were now open, and she looked very strange. He asked her if she was okay, and Lisa replied that she had been shot in the back of the head and that she had been holding her brains in for over an hour. The man called the paramedics, who broke into the car because the doors were locked, and Lisa flat refused to remove her hands from her head. When they finally got in the car, they found Lisa had a wad of bread dough on the back of her head. A Pillsbury biscuit container had exploded from the heat in the car, making a loud noise that sounded like a gunshot, and the wad of dough hit her in the back of the head. When she reached back to find out what it was, she felt the dough and thought it was her brains. She initially passed out, but quickly recovered, tried to hold her brains in for over an hour until someone noticed and came to her aid. It's kind of funny, but not really funny. Because I'm on this side, it's funny to me. Can you imagine what it was like being her? I can't get in too close, but still I think you guys can see what I'm doing here. Alright, I got a pot. This is a 6-inch pot, and I got it full of dirt. Now, what I'm going to do is I have a box cutter blade here because I don't have razor blades. I don't have a habit of keeping them around. So what I'm going to do, I got all my cactus or Christmas cactus cuttings right there, is I'm going to lay the cactus out here on this paper towel, and then we're going to find where these little spots grow up, and we're going to very easily cut down into them. Hopefully you can see this. But we're going to do about 2 on each side on this one. and you want to cut right where those little nodules things are. Now, like I said, initially I was going to do this, put some on the top, but then I decided not to do that. Now, the next thing is I want these 2 leaves at a time, and I'm going to take a X-Acto knife, and what we're going to do with these on each side, here at the bottom, you're going to shave the side off real thin. Can you see that? Shaving each side. Hopefully you guys can see this. Just go right along and like you're just shaving off the skin part of it. And then what we're going to do, and we're going to try to hold it open with the razor blade a little bit here. And we're going to slide that cactus piece right down in it. Down as far as we can get it. Pull the blade out and let it close in on it. And you want to kind of match it up. Like I said, all you're doing is taking off the first layer of skin and getting down to the inner parts of your cactus. Alright. Let me find where I did my other cut, because we got to hold this open with a blade. Where'd my piece go? I just cut. Oh, there it is. See, and just push it in there. I wouldn't do more than about 4 at a time, and the reason being is because you want to be able to keep it alive. You want to be able to, for the cactus to be able to feed the new cactus part on it and feed these pieces that you're putting in there. So, you know, don't go hog wild and put 15, 16 in there. Alright, there it is. Now we can go ahead, I guess, and put it back in the dirt. Now that we got that part done. And you want to keep this watered really well until it takes real good. Alright, there it is. Now, as this cactus progresses, I will keep you guys up on it. I will keep you followed on it so you know what's going on with it. And yes, this will bloom whenever a Thanksgiving cactus or Christmas cactus, Christmas cactus is supposed to bloom, this will still bloom at that time. You're just using the other cactus as a host. This is the other cactuses that she sent me, and they have really grown. They did really well over the winter. Look at those things, how big they're getting. Thank you very much. I wanted to tell Susie from Outwest Homestead, who actually sent me these cactuses, if you want some of the starts of Christmas cactus and Thanksgiving cactus, I will send you some leaves, because when you first pick them, you got to leave them out for a couple of days to let the bottoms scab over, as they call it. So I figure once I get them in the mail, I can do them priority mail to get them to you in a couple of days. By the time you get them, they'll be ready to be put in the dirt. So if you would like to have these, some parts of it, let me know, and I will get them in the mail to you in the next couple of weeks. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and like I said, I will keep update on this so I can show you guys how it's doing.